Doomsday Christmas on Sparky's Wild Side. So, welcome to another episode, the Doomsday Christmas episode of Sparky's Wild Side. Across the table from me, I got my co-host as usual, Don Vinny D. Next to him, we have Neo.
Yeah, you got it right this time.
Neo D Nobody.
Now, the thing is, you know full well that his brain is fried most times, so you're lucky you remembered your name at all. You forget mine sometimes.
How deep fried is your brain, Sparky?
Pretty deep fried. Yeah, 50 years of deep fried.
You did live in the 60s, didn't you?
That explains the high cholesterol.
I was just a kid then. But to my right here, we have the beautiful Michelle.
I hope they remember Michelle.
The motorcycle mama who didn't bring her bike again.
Nope.
I was going to have her drive it right in. You know?
Hey. Trust me, in the dress that she's wearing, I don't want to ride the
right behind her. Yeah, buddy. And to her right, we have Phoenix Masquerade.
It's always nice to have Phoenix here.
And this is a special show. Why? Because tomorrow's the end of the world!
So you think.
Yay!
Oh, I don't think. But I know it will definitely change life as we know it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, whether it is the end of the world or not.
Whether anything happens supernaturally or people just freak out and then start doing things on their own fruition.
Well, that was some of the idiots we've seen the past week with these shootings. So.
You know, we were talking about, you know, are people out there going to commit mass suicide? And we talked about one group many years ago, and for some reason the name Reverend Jim Jones.
You're hooked on that cult thing, aren't you?
Yeah, but I mean, this guy, look, how many people killed themselves because he thought, or something like that, because of something like this?
Because they didn't think for themselves.
Yeah.
I'm not giving anybody a pass on that one.
I mean, if we want to look at it, let's go way back. How many of y'all remember War of the Worlds?
Which version?
Okay, I'm getting that.
Over the radio.
These guys probably
right.
think, right, a lot of people these days think it's a movie, but no. Back in the 30s?
I don't remember when Orson Welles did that, but it was over the radio, and
Yeah.
else did it over the TV. He had a mass panic going on in that thing.
Mass people committed suicide and because they really thought it was an invasion, because they only announced 3 times through the, 2.5-hour show that this was science fiction, it was a story. And people turned into the radio and started hearing this and thought we were really being invaded. And people didn't want to be eaten by Martians, so they started committing suicide.
That'd be a way to go.
Right? You know?
Well, again, it's like Jack Nicholson said in Batman. If you gotta go with a smile.
You get that. So, but as you see, we're here at the Double J Race Cafe. And I'd like to know where our damn waitress is. We've been here a good, 5 minutes?
They, with the way the lights were in the beginning, we're lucky they could see us.
Right?
They're getting hypnotized by this thing over here. What is this?
Are you our waiter?
I guess.
You guess. Jeez.
You're killing me, Sparky. I told you we should have gotten Octavius.
Maybe we should have done this at Scotty's, huh? Well, anyway.
That'd be better.
You want a beer?
Sure.
You want a beer?
Why not?
Soda for you.
Yeah.
Soda for you.
Yeah, they can have root
We'll
beers.
take 3 beers and 2 sodas, all right? Better bring some ice, too, for the sodas.
Hold on a sec.
He's not a very good waitress.
That's a very ugly waitress. If that's a waitress, that's an ugly waitress.
So,
There's no sense in planning this stuff. You plan it and they mess it up on you anyway.
Well, we
so.
win most of the time anyway. That's what editing's for.
I hear you. But anyway, they got a great special today.
Can't read that far.
so just divvy them amongst yourselves. There you go.
Thank you much.
Now, you know, it's funny. Can you open it up for the lady? Okay.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you much.
Good thing I'm saving these. I'm not going to flick them at the camera person. I'm going to flick them at the waiter.
Anybody got a rubber band?
Right? That'd be even better.
Oh, well.
You want that?
I might use it later.
Cheers.
Hey, Sparky. What about your theory of the end of the world? There's a lot of them, but which one do you think is going to be the predominant one?
I really don't think it's going to end in my lifetime.
Oh, look, that's fancy.
Wow.
All right. Now, are you going to take our order, or are you going to send the other waitress?
Other waitress.
Oh, okay. Good,
You know
thank
what it
you.
is? That's just a busboy filling in, right?
Ah, all right. Are you a butt? Well, he's gone now. Okay.
Vanished like a fart in the wind. Anyway.
So yeah, we've eaten here before. I eat here quite regularly, and you know, we have a good crew here. We have what is it? TJ, she's the cook, and AJ's the waitress, and I guess he's a new hiree. Haven't seen him here before. He may not last long.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna make comments today. You know, I'm amazed. Did you pick up on the comment that I used last week? Remember we said something about I had to drink Mountain Dew, you know, a couple times a day by law?
By law?
Yeah.
No, I didn't even hear you say
Now,
that.
you remember the joke, don't you?
I don't know.
Well, wait a minute. Let me hear her version before you spoil it.
Oh,
What do
I
you
don't
think
remember.
Oh, now she doesn't remember. She's
No.
laughing, but she doesn't remember.
It's an old joke, but I wanted to see how many people would actually catch that one. The old joke was that the yellow number 5, the dye that they had in the Mountain Dew and several other products, made your package shrink.
I didn't hear that one.
And of course, the joke was, you know, it's like I had to drink a couple of these by law. You know, it was just getting a little bit too long, and nobody picked up on it except for one of my buddies watched it and called me up and said, "What the hell were you thinking?" The only one that caught the joke. I was hoping somebody here did it, but
No.
apparently not.
That one.
But anyway, so we got an exciting year coming up next year. I did a metal concert a couple nights ago, and just started thinking, and all of a sudden the thought came to me to put a 24/7 metal show on. Not so much a show, just, you know, all my recordings of all the different metal concerts. I've probably got 16, 18 hours worth right now. Just do a loop, 24/7, run metal on one of the stations.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
I knew Michelle would be for it. Oh, speaking of metal and stuff, Friday night we on?
Friday night.
Metal at Muggs and Johnston down in Tampa.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to look into
Well,
that.
that's assuming, of course, that the world doesn't end.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's doing the editing on this video? 24/7.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of editing. I think it's just being a lot of merging, just adding clips together, a long thing like that.
That doesn't seem too hard, does it?
I was actually thinking about maybe having.
You know who this is coming down
Oh,
to, because
yeah.
this monkey can't do it.
Yeah.
I was thinking about having Michelle come in and maybe do some of the narration on it.
That's fine.
What do you think?
I'm still looking at how I'm
You're
going
into
to
the
have
metal?
to edit this
Yeah.
thing
Might
down.
as well get you in there,
You
get
are?
you backstage with the bands, meeting the bands, interviewing the bands.
Oh, wow.
Hell, maybe you can even get a paycheck out of it. That's where I want this to go. I want to build it big enough that we're all making good money on it. Everybody that's involved, and I think we can do it.
Yeah, what goes
I mean,
on comes
especially
on.
the response I'm getting from the metal.
Well, it's a good start. You remember when in 1981 when MTV started? Do you remember how big that became when that popped over and that first video on there? Okay, 81.
That was back before they had that's before they had advertising and commercials on it too, didn't they?
No, they still had the commercial, but they were
No,
doing
not
more
back
video.
then.
They were doing more video than commercial.
No, they didn't
But the
have
problem
any.
is, you
because
know
that
what?
was
I'm
their
realizing
big,
something.
That
I'm
was their
showing my
big
age.
selling point for cable and MTV back then, was no commercials.
Limited
And then-
commercials.
No, when it first came out, it was no commercials. When you spent $200 a month, you damn sight better not get one single commercial.
But then you had, but they were
That
bringing
was the big selling
stations.
point, because they didn't have that many stations.
But they were bringing you stations from like Chicago where you'd see the Bozo Show, and there were commercials out of Chicago, the WGN, TBS out of Atlanta. You had commercials coming out of that.
No. Maybe in your day, when cable came out, there were no commercials. That was the selling point. There are no commercials because people weren't
I
interested.
wasn't born yet.
And the thing is, there it is. I was about to say that when I'm asking about 81, I was
People-
going to say, does anybody know what the first video was on MTV?
I'm just saying people weren't interested in paying for TV when they were still getting it free. And then about 3 years after it came out, that's when they started going to commercials. and people made a big shit about it. They cut commercials back out for another year.
Well, you were born in the 50s, right?
Yeah.
And I was born in the 70s, and we're not going to go with the rest of the table here because some of them weren't even a glimmer in their parents' eyes.
You were never a glimmer in your parents' eyes. You were just a backseat.
Oh,
Never mind, we won't go there, will we?
Oh! Wow. Goodness.
No, actually, I was one of the ones that wasn't planned for some reason.
Well, that wasn't planned.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
My oldest brother wasn't planned either, but...
Yeah, I wonder if I was ever planned.
No, they were trying to get rid of you the whole time, remember?
Yeah, I still have.
Hell, your mom's still trying to get rid of you!
You know what? Okay, I know we've been here 15 minutes now. We ain't seen that waitress yet. I'm gonna have to get with the management and raise some hell here.
Well, while we do that, didn't you say
Wait
you
till after
wanted
we get our food, though.
Didn't you want to
Yeah.
check out some of the videos that we'd gone over the year? Some of your concerts?
Yeah, I was actually hoping to do that once the food came.
Why don't we
Yeah.
check out one of those videos now while we try and get things settled for the other?
Okay, and I can run back and
Chew out the manager or beat him with a
somebody
baseball
in
bat.
trouble, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll lose the jacket too, and yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Actually, you're scaring the hell out of people in the jacket. They don't know what to think of you. That's
Probably so
probably
they're
what
like,
it is.
that's not Sparky. So,
Let's check out one of his videos while he tries to get the food started.
okay.
Yeah. Deadlift. You like the
Deadlift.
weightlifting, you just pulling a little weight off the floor.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of it that way, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's pumping metal.
Okay,
Pumping
I'll go with that.
pumping metal.
Pumping metal.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was
Alrighty then.
Deadlift. And here's our waitress.
Alright,
Oh.
yeah, some chips. Sorry it took so long. We're really busy.
Well, that would explain a few things.
And what's the fun stuff?
Dip. Onion dip.
Oh, it's an onion dip.
And then salsa.
Okay.
So can I take your guys' order?
Well,
Well, you got a special today, don't you?
Yes, we do. It's barbecue sandwiches.
Barbecue sandwiches.
That sounds great.
Is
it'll
that
work.
good to you?
Why not? I haven't tried anything else so far.
Sounds like we'll take 5 specials.
Okay.
Now, you guys put the slaw on the sandwich or on the side?
If you would like it on the side, I can put it on the side.
Everybody wants slaw on their sandwich?
Sure.
No.
No. We can just all leave it on the side.
No slaw, no slaw, with slaw, with slaw.
Yeah.
So 3 with, 2 without.
Okay, we'll
Yeah,
get
3
it
with,
right
2
for
without.
you.
Okay,
Yeah,
alright.
I'll have some
Sounds
more.
like I'm back
You
at
want some more
down.
drinks?
I think I'm still good
I'm
right
still
now.
nursing mine, so.
Probably have one when you bring the food.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
Yes.
you.
bitch.
Now wait a minute. Who did you have to blast? The manager or you blasting the wait staff?
Now, the manager wasn't here. So I just went back there and started bitching, and 2 of the waitresses kind of looked at each other and said, well, one. They were like, well, you take them. No, you take them. And I was like, damn, both you take me.
Oh,
But they
wow.
didn't see it my way.
Oh, wow.
So anyway,
Well, as long as they don't spit in my food, you know.
right.
Here we go.
But yeah, this year, hopefully it'll be an exciting year. Last year for New Year's, my New Year's resolution was to make it happen this year.
Okay.
Didn't define what I was going to make
Thank you. That's what I was going to ask. What
But
were you
just
trying to make happen?
Make it happen. Make something happen. Well, actually, it was, remember January. What were we pushing January?
Back at the pools.
Huh?
Pushing the pool.
Well, the pool, more
Oh,
so
and
getting
the
the wrestling
wrestling, yeah.
events in the rec center. And that was my goal, to make that happen. Well, we didn't make that happen, but I made a lot of trouble and made a lot of good connections, and a lot of good things are happening now. So I'll make a new resolution this year, and I think next year we will actually make some shit happen.
You always aim high, and then you always fall short of the goals. There's always something you could have done better. So,
Well,
you
you
get
know-
the rest of the time.
I was aiming high for what I do with the, trying to get the rec center to get concerts
Mm-hmm.
and wrestling events. And, got into Harbor Town a lot this year and making
Mhm.
things happen there, and with connections I'm meeting there.
Yeah,
It's
I
opening
love
other
sitting there
doors.
through the storm holding down the tent.
Oh, that was a blast, wasn't it?
You should have seen it. This yo-yo is out there, glad-handing with everybody there, and I'm realizing this storm is coming in, is going to hit us. So I get in there, and I'm 300 pounds, and I'm trying to hold down this tent, and I thank God I had his kids around me trying to hold the other 4 sides of that tent, because otherwise it was taking me away.
Right? That's scary.
Oh, man,
It's
that
beautiful out
storm-
there, though.
That storm came in like that, it hit hard,
And then left.
and it was a beautiful day afterwards.
Beautiful area over there. Gorgeous.
But,
Well, I was on the show during while we were over at the
Right.
other station until you launched our own, so.
right? I've been involved with Jack and them and what they're doing there, and that's been a lot of fun. And he sees everything I'm putting together, and it was pretty cool this year.
Mhm.
He nominated me to take the chair for the entertainment committee for the Relay for Life.
Okay,
That's exciting.
Relay for Life is a great cause. I'm definitely one of those people that supports any type of research and fundraising to try and kill off cancer. But the word sucker is printed across your forehead. Man, you fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. You took it.
How you figure I fell for it? Maybe they fell for it.
How many people are on your team?
On what team? I'm not making a team.
No, you said you're the chair. Who's the rest of this committee that's working on that one?
You?
Yeah. And I know I got suckered in it,
But
but I
you
don't
know-
want to see you fail.
But you know what? I started talking to a few people,
All right?
and I bet you I've got 20 wrestlers that have already jumped on.
Not
The
surprising.
micro championship wrestlers, the midgets, Johnny G.
I don't think we use the term midget anymore.
Okay, the small people.
Yeah.
Okay,
We can have that.
they're jumping on board. He's trying to line up several other shows in this area because his people come from all over the United States.
Okay.
So he's got to be able to at least cover airtime and hotel rooms.
So he's trying to do a tour of Florida.
So he's going to try to do a Florida tour, and if he can get that going, they will be at the show. And he said if he can't get it going, he'll at least get the local members to come out and do some signings and just hang out and have some fun with us.
That'll work.
And then I believe you were going to try to get a hold of Frankie and DWI?
Yeah, DWI. He at least responded, but it was one of those, let me look into what's going on. So at least he acknowledged the fact that he sent the request. We'll see what goes from there.
I like that. I like getting a response, okay? For this deal tonight, I put out a bunch of invites, okay? I invited Sideshow and his girlfriend.
Well, they were on the show this year, made sense.
Right. He said he was going to try to get out. He didn't know if he would, but he would try.
Okay.
I contacted Mandrick. Mandrick is out of town, and he was like really bumming because he really wanted to be here. Just on the Doomsday thing.
Yeah, especially because I can just see Ferrari coming down, sitting at this table with us. Everybody's dressed up nice, and she'd still be wearing those antenna. Those Bobby antenna things. She'd be wearing them.
Yeah. And then our other brother from another mother, the Dreadlock King himself.
Has his mother paid his rent yet, or paid her rent yet?
No, I feel bad. I'm gonna have to do something.
Hold off. It's the holidays. Go towards men. Give it to the new year.
So that'll be your New Year's resolution. I gotta find me a new place to live.
You ain't right.
Oh goodness.
Preston,
you ain't right.
Preston did not even have enough respect for me to call me or message me and tell me he couldn't make it. I mean, isn't it just common courtesy when someone invites you to something?
Again, he's got those titles, big head, small brain.
Okay, and then the dreadlocks, maybe they're a bit too tight.
Hey, who knows?
Squeeze his head and, I don't know, but Preston,
wait. I haven't paid attention on DWI. Did Mandrake and the rest of the highwaymen get a hold of him and put him out of action?
I guess that's possible.
Have to look in on that.
Gee, I wonder if he's going to make his plane flight. He's supposed to go to, is it Spain? On the 23rd?
Oh, wow.
Well, let's hope there's a plane going on the 23rd to make it worthwhile.
If he even makes the world might end tonight anyway.
Yeah, could be. All of a sudden, all them aliens over on the dark side of the moon, they might just zoom out from out there and just wipe us out.
Great, now I've got Pink Floyd running through my
I was
head.
just gonna say that too.
Hey, but think about it. There's many ways this earth could end. And not no biblical bullshit that from the Mayans and stuff. I mean, what is it? Out there in the Midwest, that park.
Yellowstone.
Is it Yellowstone?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say Jellystone, and I
That's
knew
because you're thinking Yogi Bear.
Yeah, Yogi Bear. You ever heard of Yogi Bear? Huh? Yeah, there you go. But yeah, that was a Super Bowl. Oh,
Two without flaw.
That would be us. This is not looking like something from out of the picnic basket.
Sure, we can get forks too.
Yes, you will.
Oh, okay. Napkins?
When?
Yeah.
Oh man, napkins.
Awesome, thank you.
Hey, you're shysting us.
How am I shysting you?
There's supposed to be a pickle with this. It said it in the menu.
Yes, I did.
Thank you.
See? Gotta keep on top of them all the time.
Did you see that look?
I tell you what, I think
No, I missed it.
we're gonna have to flash a little more
Oh,
metal
boy.
from the other night while we sit down and have this awesome looking sandwich. So we'll be back, and in the meantime, I think I'm gonna put some Ebullition up. Let's see. Burning Fair Verona. Boy, why do they gotta come up with such difficult names?
It's
anyway,
funny, but we
check out the
started out-
music. I'll figure out the names, and I'll let you know when we get back. But for now, I'm diving in.
Yeah, in Italian, mangiati. Just saying.
So, the last song from Ebullition you will hear tonight is The Line Man!
That was some good food,
That
huh?
was
Yeah.
amazing.
And I hope you guys enjoyed the music as much as we enjoyed these barbecue sandwiches. They were awesome.
Okay, so I know that we didn't have the MTV credits on there. What bands were playing on that one?
Well, we had a
Did
few
you
of them
record
playing there. Several from the other night. We had Deadlift
Okay.
and Falls Upon Us, Another Life Spared, and Burning Fair Verona. And
What happened to just calling them, names like Metallica
That one was
or
taken.
Motorhead? What happened to
one
making
was
those
taken.
simple, easy to understand ones?
Right. Well, it's kind of like us looking for when we were looking for the website. All the nice, easy ones we wanted to use, somebody already had them. So we wound up dealing with Florida's Action Radio Network.
Yep.
But that's still pretty cool. Because I was thinking about naming the metal channel Metal V Action. I don't know why V, it just sounded kind of good. Some people will determine it as Metal Vacation, which is good too.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be a vacation for me. I can already see that coming.
Wave
No.
of volume. Whatever.
But, this is going to work. We're going to make money on it.
So, what other? I know you said you were gonna have that little contest going on. What shows are coming up out of this?
On the challenge, 5,
The Hang Five
the
Challenge.
Hang 5 challenge.
You guys are in the Hang Five Challenge, aren't you?
Hell yeah.
Well, okay. What is your plan?
Alright, me, I'm going to be doing a show called Beneath the Surface. It's going to talk about things that you don't really see or understand, but they secretly control your life, which is scary to think that you don't even have control. If you think you're in control, you have to think again, because there are forces everywhere, like society, the government, even your brain telling you the wrong things that might be misleading you from what you really want to do. So you have to sort of understand these things, and that's how to combat these invisible forces that are always tying you down.
So we're basically talking fighting the government?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Sort of.
You're a conspiracy theorist, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely.
So if you're a conspiracy theorist,
Conspiracy theorist.
what
Okay.
he said, what do you think about the one theory that the Nazis have a base on the moon?
The Nazis have a base on the moon. Well, I'm not sure how far their space plan would go, and if the technology is there, but it is possible, even though their main source was rooted out. So the regime might be disassembled, but there could still be alternate forces, even hiding on the moon, since they have vacation spots. So it might not be ludicrous to think that way.
Right? And I tell you what, you want to hear more about that? Check out a video on YouTube.
You
that
read a
is
lot of
called
Captain America
Aliens
comics.
Come From
No,
Hell.
not at all.
And it'll tell you all about that Nazi camp and how flying saucers were made by the Germans in World War II and
Yeah.
all kinds of conspiracy kind of stuff.
Well, that's.
And there's a lot of great shows on there. I'm looking forward to seeing your show. We have another contestant that couldn't be with us tonight. He's kind of in hot water with his parents. But I know his show has to do with parkour and free running.
Oh yeah.
What did he do? Get arrested for trespassing on one of those things, and that's why his parents are pissed off?
Wouldn't be the first time.
Oh boy.
Well, the first time he actually was on somebody's roof
Mhm.
and did a flip off the roof, and somebody didn't like it. They called the law, and he got,
Prowling.
I think it was trespassing or something.
Well, we shouldn't talk about that.
So, and I mean, people these days, they just don't understand. And then
Kids, what are you gonna do
we have a young lady that couldn't be with us tonight because she was working. Her name is Storm, and she's going to be doing a rock concert review show.
Okay.
And then we have Phoenix
What,
Masquerade.
Phoenix, what are you doing?
So, also ich mache einfach eine Metal-Show und laber die ganze Zeit, wie auf Deutsch, wie ich jetzt gerade auch mache Interviews, Reviews und wie auch immer. Und gehe vielleicht mal auf Konzerte, mache Pictures und ja, alles drum und dran, was halt zu einer Metal-Show dazu gehört.
Huh?
And that means what?
I'm doing a metal show.
Oh.
Oh, okay,
okay.
he's doing a metal show.
Woo! I thought you spoke German.
No, I was born there. I never spoke there. I barely speak English. You think I'm going to speak another language?
What good are you?
Ask my ex. Well, she probably wouldn't.
Yeah,
speak that
okay.
Anyways.
Moving on.
But anyway, we're hoping that by, I'd say, mid-January, we will have the channel all up and running. We will have the metal show running, and we will get the Hang 5 contest started. Your metal, you sing in it?
I can sing it.
German or English?
English. I actually can sing in German. I don't know why, but it sounds horrible.
Really?
Seriously.
Oh,
I
maybe
mean, what you were
Americans will
just
like
saying
it.
sounded pretty good if I knew what you were saying.
But
For all I know,
can't
he's
sing
telling
in
me go
German.
do something, you know? Yes?
I'm thinking it right now.
So,
Better
yeah,
ready
I
for
wish
the
that
side
waitress
switch.
would come and clear off our table a bit.
Well, she's
know?
probably giving us
Oh,
time
there
to
she
speak
is.
of the devil.
Right? She must have heard me. Or she heard my thoughts.
No. Oh no, you said thoughts.
Yes, I do
I
have
thought you
them.
said something else. I really didn't want to know what the other. I don't think anybody at the table wants to know about that part.
No, thank you.
No?
Thank you, dear.
You can leave the chips and stuff.
Yeah.
You want your pickles?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he made this big stink about the pickles and then he didn't eat one.
So,
I just want to get my money's worth, that's all, you know?
Do you guys like some brownies? For dessert?
Oh yeah.
They're not laced
Yes.
with anything, are they? They're not laced with anything, are they?
I don't know. You want to find out? I will bring you some brownies.
You know, from a different individual, that comment could have meant a heck of a lot more.
Mhm.
Oh well.
So here we are.
Yeah, your mind knows what I was thinking about that one.
Here we are, right around block from Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
You're lucky. You're lucky. Life sucks for me.
Do I dare ask?
why?
You, no kids.
Ah.
You, no kids.
Yeah.
Me, 5 kids.
Goodness.
Christmas is not the same for people like me and people like you.
Hey,
You know?
you played, now you pay. It's that simple.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. But it's not simple, all right? Daddy, I want this. Daddy, oh man. I'm glad they're at least old enough now that, you know, several years ago, awesome be watching TV.
Oh, yes.
And any toy commercial that came
Oh boy.
on, it didn't matter where on the property you are. And this is big property, right? Okay? You hear this, I want that! Dad, come here, look!
Oh, boy.
He's better this year. He's narrowed it down to, let's see, a boat motor for his boat, a motorcycle.
He's got a boat.
Uh-huh.
He wants a 22. He
One of
wants
my
a
neighbors was
44
getting rid of a
Magnum.
boat,
Let's see,
and-
what
This
else?
sounds like somebody
It's
else's
clean.
Christmas list.
Yeah, no, not
No,
mine.
Well, it's
No,
about,
that's Austin.
I think it's
These
about
are
12
his
foot
guns
cylinders.
and all that good stuff.
He's giving us signs. Go on.
4 or 5?
What?
Oh, a 45. That's what it was. He wants not a 44. He wants a 45.
45, that's a record, right? Spins at 45 RPMs?
Hey, you know what? I wonder how many people in this room actually know that.
Oh, wow.
And
Goodness.
what about their old 78s?
Look,
What's that?
we have more dipping sauce.
You know,
I got one for you.
go ahead, what?
You brought up the 78.
Uh-huh.
What were they made out of?
What, the records? Records were always made out of vinyl. What, were they made out of metal at one point? Well, wait, originally, yes, they were. He did make them out of metal.
Okay. The 78s
Uh-huh.
used to be made with a mixture of slate and vinyl. Like chalkboards.
He's gonna get me for a technicality. Are you kidding me?
But yeah, they were slate because I had about 200 of them. Old opera ones, they come in these big cases.
Like you listen to opera.
No, but my grandfather left me all this
Oh,
kinds
wow.
of BS. I mean, you seen the paintings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate them paintings. He left me, like I said, there must have been about 100 of these 78 albums. Stuff like Mozart and things
Mozart, yes.
all that old
Classic
stuff.
music.
And
Yeah, music! It's what we learn. It's how he learns to play this stuff now.
yeah, but you know, try finding a record player that's going to play a 33 album, let alone a 78 anymore.
You like Fisher Price music?
Hey, that's a thought too. Might even make it sound better.
Now, you know, I'm joking around. That was an old line when I one of Robin Williams skits years ago. But does anybody here, you I know will remember. Does anybody here remember what an 8-track tape looks like?
I've seen them.
My
A
father,
real one or a
Yeah,
picture?
real one. My
A real
mom
one.
had them.
My
Awesome.
father brought me a box of stuff that I had in the closet at his house. He's getting ready to move out to Arizona or something. So he's like, okay, I need your shit out of here. I'm like, all right, fine. So he and my brother brought it up. One of the boxes had an 8-track tape in it of Henry Mancini. You know what Henry Mancini's famous for? The Pink Panther theme.
Oh, okay.
Even the younger ones know what the Pink Panther is. And then one of the other boxes I pulled out, it had an old phone modem. You know, the circuit board you had to put into the computer and install it. And the box also had the book on MS-DOS 6. Does anybody even know what MS-DOS 6 is?
That was probably from Windows 3.1.
Actually, you had to put DOS 6.2 as the shell to put 3.1 on there.
Wow. Goodness sakes.
Yeah, back when a computer couldn't take more than a 10 gig hard drive. You had to split it up into multiple hard drives. It wouldn't take that many.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And cassette tapes.
Yeah, I still have a few of them laying around here.
I remember that.
Okay,
yes.
you remember cassette
I
tapes.
remember cassette
The
tapes.
Walkman had the cassette
Yes,
tapes.
I had one of those.
Well, let's get crazy. What came before the 8-track? Remember the big reel-to-reels? Had you ever
Okay,
seen
yes,
any of them? Yeah.
Do you remember the old projector film? The 8-9 millimeter film? Not like you used to use in the school, but the older ones. You remember? Man, do you remember the projectors in school? They'd run that tape
Yeah, I
through.
remember that.
Okay, now you're saying the older ones. I may not know what the new ones are then.
No, what? Yes, you do. What we went through in school was the newer style, but there was an older style. I think the newer ones was 8 millimeter and the old one was 9 millimeter because they were different sizes. My father had that projector. I looked at that and I'm like, don't even bring that to me.
All I remember on the ones we had at school, they had this little drawing with this looked like a ribbon that did all this.
Yeah.
You had to open this, move this, open that,
Yeah,
slide
standard
this,
projector.
and then just kind of wheel it all through there.
And
Yeah,
what does a projector do now? Plug in the red, the white, and the yellow cords and
yeah.
go. I don't know
Do
what
they
it
even
is.
have them anymore?
Projectors,
Yes.
Well, I thought everything
They're
was done on
fancy.
DVD anymore.
Well, you still have HD projectors.
Yeah,
It's still
you
playing
project
with
something onto
DVD,
a
but
wall.
they'll put it through the projector to put it up on the wall.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
They'll do that for video games. So these
I
people
thought
are playing
everything was
Halo
done on
and
these
they'll-
big flat screens anymore. You
No,
know?
what they'll do is they'll get the projectors and they'll put a game like Halo or Oblivion, Elder Scrolls, something, one of those things. One of those.
God, it's amazing how that's come to. When I was a kid, our cartoons weren't that advanced as these games are these days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I look at some of these games they advertise. I'm thinking, oh, cool, thinking it's a movie. I want to see this. And then I see that, you know, how they have the ratings. For
Yes.
And I'm like, are you serious? That's a game?
Yeah.
God. You know,
And what
technology.
were the
really
first
come a
video
long way.
games we can think of?
Pong.
Pong, that's right.
Yeah. Or Pac-Man.
Yeah, Pac-Man.
I have an emulator. I still play Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man.
Now, let's see how many of you. How many lived in a time where you couldn't use a microwave? Have you ever not had a microwave?
Horrible. I haven't, but that's terrible.
You've lived and not had one?
Oh, I always had one. I can't imagine not living without one.
Okay.
Have you always had one, or?
There was a point in my house where we didn't have one, just of our own fruition.
Okay.
You blew the microwave up, didn't you?
No, that's a different story. We got.
He was trying to dry his weed in a metal container in the
Wait a minute.
microwave.
I watched one guy. When I was in my teen years, we lived on the Intercoastal Waterway. Go out on the boats every weekend. One of the guys had about $1,200 in $100 bills with him at the end of it.
On the boat?
Within the whole day. He was soaking wet. He had something like $1,500 when he started.
Wow.
But we've been out for 5-6 hours. Came back, the money was soaked with water.
Yeah.
He threw it in the microwave.
Oh
And
my
what happened?
god.
He set fire to about $1,200.
Wow.
Oh goodness. It's like.
Now that's talking. That's
Take your
taking
gas
burning
tank?
your money literally.
Yeah. He wasn't pleased.
I guess not.
Okay, we're going on that one. Everybody has a cell phone now, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Mine just doesn't work.
Do you remember a time when the old cell phones, or when there were no cell phones?
I remember the
Oh, I
old
remember
ones.
no cell.
What
Dude,
the old
I
one do you
remember-
I remember my stepdad had like one of the old cellular phones with like the bag, and it was gigantic.
Okay.
And
yeah.
it cost a bunch of money a minute. It was
Yeah.
If you were lucky, you got away with a quarter a minute.
Yeah, that.
No.
Yeah.
Back in that day, it was more like $2 a minute.
And like I said, if you were lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on, because one of the attorney that I did driving for, it was a quarter a minute on his. But he had that stupid box that went
Yeah.
with the extended
With the
cord.
bag, and it was huge.
And then there was the brick. The big white brick.
And the brick, didn't it have a big unit in they put in the trunk of your car?
No, that was the one before the brick.
Oh.
But yes, you're getting the right idea.
Right.
Then they went to that handle, that one you could carry around with you. Because
Well, you know, in my day, you still had to pick up the phone, listen for the operator to
Oh,
come
yeah.
on,
Okay.
and say, "Can you connect me to box or line, whatever?" And I mean, when the phone rang, everybody, if your phone rang, ring, that was one person's house. If it went ring, ring, it was another different ringtones.
Okay.
Because everybody was on one line.
And you could
So
listen in.
that's where, the story of small town, everybody knows everybody's business?
Yeah.
The juicy
That's how-
gossip.
Oh, somebody's
No
got a
kidding.
phone call. Let me listen.
I'm sure. there's
Yeah,
lots of
we-
What
that.
about the old dial, the rotary dial? You dial the 1, the 9.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it wasn't like the phone number is now, 837, whatever. It was Murray Hill 444 or something like that. It was always a prefix. And if you couldn't spell, you were screwed.
Transylvania 65000.
Yeah,
Oh
you know.
my gosh.
That's
It was
where I
like
got the name for that
we
movie.
lived in New Rochelle, so actually you would think it was NR, right?
Mhm.
But no, it was NE for new. And then Beacon Wood, or no, not Beacon Woods, it was something like that. Beacon was by us, and they were BE. And then I don't remember what New York City was, probably NY.
I would imagine. It must be something weirder.
Now it's so much simpler these days. You can
Yeah,
go anywhere.
And Forest
make a
Hills was
phone
probably
call,
FO, okay.
Yeah, phone.
That's a better value.
Okay, do you remember beepers?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Some people still use those.
Don't know why.
You're crazy.
I got to the point that I was a master
Tell
of
you why.
understanding the codes of the beeper.
One real good reason, volunteer fire departments, they still use them. Because when that beeper rings off, it means get your ass to the firehouse.
Okay, so it's like a little emergency signal. It's very
Yeah.
efficient.
Originally, what they were using it for were people like doctors. They were on call, you paged them to come in and do whatever. But then everybody started getting them. And the people
Well,
that really
you
had
know,
a field day
actually-
with them were the drug dealers.
Actually, I was just going to correct you. The doctors stole the idea from the drug dealers.
Well, they are drug dealers. It only makes sense.
Yeah,
No, they're legal drug
legitimately,
dealers.
they go to school for 20 years to
No.
learn how to give drugs out.
The funny thing was, when I was in, I guess it was maybe 19, I was just starting coaching first or second year. It was a situation that my father's eyesight was bad. So it was anytime he needed me, it was how do you get a hold of it. So I ended up having a beeper. I'm walking around the school with a beeper on me, and every time somebody's calling, it's like, all right, what do you need, Dad? And people started thinking, it's like, does Coach have, maybe we can score from Coach. It's like, no.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I wouldn't even sell a slice of pizza. That was my lunch. Really, not happening.
Well, speaking of ones who were on drugs and all, what do you think about what they did up there in, what is it, Washington?
What do you mean?
What, legalizing the weed?
For recreational use?
Why is weed illegal in this country?
I haven't got a clue, because some idiot in the 40s didn't like it. No, actually it boiled down to, oh God, what's his name? He had a lot of hemp farms in other countries.
Yeah.
And
Do you
the
remember his
fabric
name?
producing, oh God, Hughes? Not
William Randolph Hearst. That's right. And he had the newspaper. He had the money to push behind it because
Well,
his
actually,
hemp supply was out of the country. And
actually
it makes better rope.
what it was is the director at the FBI at that time, what the hell was his name? He was in good with Hearst, and they collaborated.
Well, I think Hearst was in good with him, but either way,
No,
you look
actually,
at it.
he was in good with Hearst. Hearst had more power.
Of course, had more money, that's for sure.
Yeah, when it comes to power and money, the guy that's got less is in with the one that's got more,
Okay.
not the vice versa. And, you know, they just got together because he had some shares in this hemp deal. And they said, okay, well, I'm the director of the FBI. I can push for them to illegalize it.
Yeah, and they did.
That's done.
And, I mean, you know, back...
Yeah, there's one of your conspiracies to check on.
Back even way before that, like when Columbus came to America, what were they using the Americas for?
Yeah, spice trade, supposedly.
Spice trade and hemp production.
Mm-hmm.
It was totally legal.
Mm-hmm.
And then once America's kind of was no longer part of Spain and England and we declared our independence, then that's when the trouble started.
The reality is, you look at Amsterdam. They've got it set up right. You can pick the prostitute you want it there, but you know the weed is there. They buy
Yeah, you go in a
right.
bar for $5, you get a joint, a steak, and well, we won't go there.
Goodness.
But you can.
Wow.
Who's making the reservations? Me or you?
I saw that going. Good lord.
But you know, we don't have to go there now. We can go to Washington.
Well, the thing is, you
Colorado.
look at it. Alcohol at one time was illegal in
Oh,
the
yeah.
United States, and what happened?
Right.
People like the Kennedys became millionaires. They're bootleggers.
The Kennedys. Oh, I thought it was like the Earnhardts and the Pettys.
They probably did as well, but the Kennedys made their money through bootlegging as well.
Really? I didn't
And
know that.
my father was a cop in the 50s.
You know who was one of the big ones in it? That got pardoned for all his crimes in it?
Who?
He's in NASCAR.
Got pardoned for it.
Junior Johnson.
Really?
Yep, Ronald Reagan pardoned him for all his crimes dealing with bootlegging and stuff like that.
Again, the bootlegging itself it's basically stupid. People are going to drink. People are going to use the marijuana. So instead of trying to just stop it, which you know is not going to happen, Prohibition taught us that.
Yeah.
Right.
Regulate the hell out of it, make some money. It's tax money right there.
I mean,
Come on.
Just
There's a conspiracy theory. Work on that.
Waitress! Hey! Yeah! Can I get another one? Okay. Damn it. But anyway,
Maybe the waitress's camera shot.
it must be. But, yeah, we were talking about the legalization and all that. I mean, I saw a documentary the other day, and the United States is spending $90 million a year
Oh, yeah.
just fighting marijuana.
Yes. They put
Now,
lots of people in jail for it.
If you legalize it, that mean, well, I guess they probably look at it, okay, if we legalize it, we got all these sheriffs and deputies we ain't gonna have jobs for.
Yes,
But
you
you
will.
know what? They could go after real criminals, rapists, robbers, killers.
You can still, if
However,
it's done
Sparky,
right.
Go ahead.
I'm done. You
No,
got
go
started
first.
first.
No, you
You
go
got it first.
Okay. So the prisons are privately owned. Did
Some
you know
are,
that?
yeah.
Some prisons are privately owned. So the prison lobbyists who lobby for laws to get changed, they lobby for more of them. So you go to jail more and get sent to their prison. And when people go to prison, they make money.
Mhm.
That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
True, but, you know, it's not up to them to determine what it is. It's up to us citizens to stand up and say, look, we're sick and tired of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, stand up for our rights. I mean, legalize pot. Leave it where it is. Okay, Joe Blow down the street, he sells 5 pounds a week. Okay? He's got 10 guys that get half pound a week from him. Okay, so give him a jobber's license. The guys that get an ounce, pound, whatever, give them a wholesale license. And then the guy that's selling little $10, $20 bags, give him a retail license.
Mm-hmm.
They're all paying a license, they're all paying taxes. Two things going to happen. Government's going to make money, and now Joe Blow, that's a lowlife that doesn't have a job, has a business. He has a legitimate business. He's
And he's not
paying
on welfare
taxes.
anymore.
You know, it would stimulate our economy. I mean, how many people out there smoke dope?
Yeah. It has such societal prevalence. It's not going to go away, but people that are, runs of prisons and stuff like that, they want that to happen. And it's very hard to find the root of this conspiracy, something like that.
I still like that sheriff out in Arizona who's making all the prisoners wear pink and eating bologna sandwiches for lunch.
Hey, you know.
He's running a state's prison and
Yeah.
he's saving the taxpayers' money.
Quite truthfully, if I was to run a prison system, They wouldn't want me. I'd go barbaric, brother. I fucking would. You steal? Okay, you lose your arm or your hand.
Easy. Hammurabi's code is considered barbaric. You can't do that.
Didn't I just say I would be barbaric? I tell you what, you walk in a store and steal something. A lot of kids these days, they do it for the rush of it. Oh, look what I stole! Woo-hoo! Right? You think they might take that chance, knowing they're going to lose their hand?
Goodness no.
Yeah. You rape somebody, put them up against the wall, have that person's whole family there, drop off a load of rocks, dump truck load of rocks, and let them stone that son of a bitch to death. You kill somebody, fuck that 10 years of trial and what do they call that, appeals and this appeal and that appeal. One time, you're guilty, bang, one bullet, $1, it's over. You come across the border, I want guards every 50 feet. You get shot before you get 3 foot into America. We ain't having no more illegal aliens.
Well, that would be something to make use of the military, so they're pulling them out of every other country.
Exactly. You know, every other country. Look, if you're an illegal alien in all these other countries, some of them, you know what the penalty is?
Probably death.
Yes. But here, come to America, we'll give you welfare, we'll give you food stamps, we'll give you medication, we'll give you a house.
Do you remember the old joke that they said that Blockbuster Video needed to take over the immigration, the immigration naturalization? Because that way, when you think about it, how much did Blockbuster hound people when that videotape was a day late?
Oh, I hear you.
Can you imagine what they'd be like for people that are here on their visas expired?
You know, and here's something else that gets me. You know I'm from Germany.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
He's from Germany. I have family that's been trying to come to the United States for years.
Okay.
Legally.
Right. You can't do it.
They get the biggest bend-over party. But yet, these South Americans, Mexicans, and all them, they cross over the border illegally, they do whatever they want, and now we'll give them anything. What's up with that? When my uncle, who's a millionaire in Germany, can't come to the United States because of some lottery bullshit, but yet they're giving the illegals everything? What's up with that? I mean, they're talking, what, a one-world government.
Great.
Who?
I thought you were the conspiracist. And you haven't heard about the one world government? They've been working on this since the, they call it the UN came about. That was in the 50s, I believe. But yeah, that's what they're pushing for. Europe has already started it with their money and their stuff like that.
Okay, I was just wondering who you were talking about. You jumped right from
the world in
the
general.
Illuminati.
Okay, they're talking about this one world government. But
I'm still trying to get in.
how come we're letting illegals in, but not people that are willing to come here legally, set up businesses, and be prosperous in the United States? Are we only accepting the lowlifes?
Yeah, and that's like especially true with the weed stuff, because if you give, like, it has such societal prevalence. People are going to take it anyway. Who are they going to get it from? A doctor? Or are they going to get it from a drug dealer? And that's the choice that the government has to make. That's the choice the government has to make.
You know, if you're in Washington, your doctor will give it to you. If you're in Florida, you're going to a drug dealer.
And they give the power to the drug dealers. The power the drug dealers have over these kids to lead them on into harder and more expensive drugs.
Yeah, sometimes. But you know, then again, it boils down to willpower. It's like doctors these days. I blame doctors for more drug addicts than anybody else.
I agree.
Yeah.
Not the kid that's smoking pot and wants to try something else. The kid that fell down at baseball practice and broke his ankle. Now the doctor gives him Valium or Vicodin or whatever. Kid's on it for a couple months, every day, 3-4 times a day. Well, buddy, when they first tried that shit with me, I figured it out in 2 weeks. Because I was on the road. When I come home for a couple days, I was feeling total shitty. Like, wow, why do I feel so bad? Man.
Going with withdrawals, weren't
Then
you?
I took a pill and I felt so much better. Then the next day I was feeling just as bad, and it was a wake-up call. I know. I took a pill yesterday. I'm feeling better today. I'm becoming addicted to these things. So now I don't take my pain medicine. My doctor has a shit fit about it. Why would you rather be in pain? Because I'd rather not be a junkie. But that's what they do. They put you on the pills and then they don't help you get off of
And
them.
then there's people like me that, you know, they gave me, when I had my wisdom teeth pulled.
Mhm.
They pulled all 4 at one time. Okay, that's everybody's reaction was out. I took the oxycodones one time. They didn't work. So I went back to the doctor. I said, these aren't working. I can still feel everything. Not that I really care, but I can still feel it. So he prescribed me something else. It was Vicodin. Yeah, there was that Vicodin stuff. Didn't work. So now I had 2 pill bottles in there that were worthless to me. They don't work for me. It takes me 5 shots of Novocaine to numb my gums.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
You know, I can sit there and drink Long Island iced teas all night, and I'm still talking the same now as I do after I've had 4 hours of drinking.
Wow.
These will mess me up more. Somehow beer doesn't work in my system. But, you know, what does it take to put me out if you're going to give me those stupid
A
drugs?
2x4?
That doesn't seem to work either, but somebody slipped me a Mickey one time at a bar, and I felt like coming. I got enough time to get to the car, crawl into the back seat, and then passed out. Next thing I knew, my buddy was banging on the window, said, "Open the door! I want to go home!"
Yeah, it's better than having to carry your ass out.
Oh yeah.
He couldn't. You
No,
met
5
Jimmy
of us could. What are you
Mack.
talking
Jimmy
about?
Mack, he could.
Right, right.
No, some of the wrestlers could.
Mhm.
All you need is Biff and Maximo. Between Biff and the Wookiee, they could pick me up and carry me out. Which is one of the reasons I was concerned at the Turkey Bowl when I was repping.
What, you're afraid they're going to pick you up and throw you out?
Yeah. They didn't listen to my calls. I didn't think about that until after I've made the call and I've been arguing with them and going, this may not have been my best choice. Oh well.
So, anyway, Phoenix, you got your guitar here.
I do.
Show us some of this metal you're going to do, brother.
Alright. What do you want me to play? Just something?
Your best work.
Well, you know me. I like that picking stuff you do.
Phoenix, you're a guitar player. Yeah, before you start or while you're tuning it up, who are your inspirations as far as guitar playing? I mean, I would think most guitar players would think of somebody like Hendrix or Clapton, maybe Carlos Santana.
My inspirations are not just a single guitar players, it's most of the time a band. Like, I started listening to Linkin Park when I was 10, I guess.
Linkin Park,
And
okay.
Oh wow.
when I listened to it, I was like, I want to do that. And then my cousin, I think, he bought me my first Bullet for My Valentine album. I was like, so, wow, that is so much better than Linkin Park.
Bullet
anything.
for My
Valentine.
Yep.
That's the name of the group?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's a simple name. There are names like She-Mans from Outer Space of Death, or We Butter the Bread with Butter.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I'll just go back to my Metallica and then I'll be happy.
There was one band that Bite Me Where It Hurts.
Is that what they were called?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It's like now, one band that we're going to do an interview with on that Stormy show
Mm-hmm.
is called Red X.
Mhm.
Okay? And their lead singer is this beautiful blonde. And she come up to me, she goes, "Hi, I'm Spanky." And I was like, "You want me to what?" Woo!
As I've said before, just no pervert.
Oh. Yeah, how many times do women come up and, you know, all I heard was spank me, you know?
Selective hearing.
Yeah, must have been.
Wishful thinking is more
That's
like
it,
it.
yes.
Well, it was like at that concert the other night. I was wishing somebody would, and somebody did. Oh my God! This one little girl goes up to the band. She's dancing. The singer's taking a drink. He's got a gallon jug of water, and she's standing there and shoots it on her. It's like cool. Whoop!
The
She
water,
pulls him out,
right?
and I'm like, "Whoa! Did she just do that?" Zoom in. Yeah, she did. Oh my God! The music was good too, though. Hey, if they're gonna pop them out and flash them, and I got my cameras,
Hey,
Why not?
don't argue. I've said for years, if you got it, flaunt it. So, if she got it, then oh well.
she flaunted it.
If you want to see something, go and ask an Alexandria concert. They do that all the time.
Oh yeah.
A what concert?
Asking Alexandria.
So the next time they come here, we're going.
They were actually just on Sunday here.
You mean I missed it? God, Phoenix, I rely on you to let me know on this shit. You know?
I'm
Jeez,
sorry.
damn, man.
But the concert was awesome. I was there. So,
That's right.
Oh.
You got 5 kids, but most of them are daughters.
Yeah, 4 daughters, 1 son.
Ah. There would be the problem.
Alright, Phoenix.
Here's what says you take over for a while.
Right now. I don't know.
It's all that good food, it's setting too heavy. You know what I think I'm going to do?
What's that?
At this Relay for Life deal?
Hmm?
In between the bandits, yeah. Well, some of them might be bandits, but anyway, in between the bands, when they change up, I'm going to let Phoenix get up there on the stage and just play around for 10-15 minutes a pop.
You up for it?
What do you think about that?
That'd be sweet.
You'd be in front of about 2,000 people. You ain't going to get nervous on me and go,
Just close your eyes. Pretend they're all in their underwear.
No, I'm gonna prepare for that.
No. You there's certain ones.
I mean, you can always turn your back to them.
Huh?
You can always turn your back to them and play.
No, that's not work.
There's a couple
People
of my
ain't gonna
friends
make you
that
nervous?
they do the Relay for
What do
Life.
you, what do you
No, not it's not the amount
Like,
of people.
describe
It's
the person.
when someone's there. I'll play different when just someone's there.
36, 24,
Not how many.
36 mean anything to you?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But I think
That will totally
when there are
destroy
many
his playing.
people, You can play, I guess, slower or something. Well, there's just it's even enough when you just play stuff like that. Just go faster for like half a minute, and then you're slow again, and then you're fast again.
Right. Let me throw this out there. Any of you bands out there that are looking for an awesome guitarist, Phoenix is available. You want to get a hold of me, I'll get you in touch with him. Get with us through Sparky's Wild Side, flarenet.com, or Florida's Action Radio Network.com, or Sparky's Wild Side on Facebook, on YouTube, Sparky's Wild Side. Drop me a line, I'll get you hooked up with Phoenix.
Thank you that you said that, but I actually found 1 or 2 bands. Actually 2.
Okay, well, you know, I know a lot of
Maybe
musicians
there's
that play multiple bands.
Yeah.
Because I noticed around here, bands come and go real quick. You know, a lot of it's that power struggle. Everybody wants to be the leader of the band. And that was one of the awesome things the other night with Ebullition.
Mm-hmm.
I asked them who was the leader of the band.
Will they all look at you stupid?
Yeah. They said we all lead. We decide everything as a group.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they've been
very,
around
very politically, motivated on that one.
Well, now they've been around 3 years. At the same time, a lot of the other bands that I recorded when I first recorded them, been gone. Because this guy wants to go that way, and they're just butting heads, and then they can't get it together. That's why the Beatles broke up. Look how many times Floyd traded new lead person. There was Roger Waters. There was what's his name? Gilmore. Gary Gilmore, was it? No, that was the Killer. Gilmore. What was Gilmore's last first name?
I'm still thinking Journey.
Yeah.
They've gone through a number. Steve Perry was there for a while, and then they replaced him with. Let's see. There was Steve Algeri. There was Gary Sharon, I think, at one point. No, Gary Sharon went to Van Halen for at one point. But they've had a couple different people do the Journey, and
now some bands make it when they trade out.
Van Halen.
And then other bands, they just. It's like, look at the Beatles. They didn't even want to try to regroup. They just totally disbanded.
Sometimes it's better to not try to recapture with somebody else.
Right.
Other times it's, again, Van Halen. Look at how well they did with David Lee Roth, and they did just as well with Sammy Hagar.
Yeah. Pink Floyd always did good, no matter who they had. Roger Waters.
It's Pink Floyd, dude.
Wish I could remember Gilmore's first name. Because Gary Gilmore was some murderer they did a movie about. Tommy Lee Jones played him in the movie. Really psycho guy. He's really into killing.
What was the name of the movie? Like Silence of the Lambs?
No.
No, that would be.
I don't remember it. It was so long ago that I saw it. Might have been Gary Gilmore. Story of Gary Gilmore or something. I don't know. But yeah, out in the Midwest. Big time.
Well, you've been doing a lot of this doomsday thing.
Yes.
We're all still sitting here.
Well, I mean, it is supposed to be the 21st, so the 21st doesn't officially start for 3 more hours?
Okay, 3 more hours.
Well, let's assume that doomsday is not going to pass and it's all in our imagination. Phoenix, can you play anything of the holidays on that bad one?
Yeah, holiday songs.
Ah!
Can you try?
You don't have a metal version of Jingle Bells?
Well, I can improvise. Wait a second.
How about we wish you a next Christmas?
Or a naughty Christmas.
You know what? I have the perfect hit. Why don't, while he's trying to figure out what he wants to play, let's cut it to the 12 Pains of Christmas by Bob Rivers.
Okay. Can we play the whole thing?
Sure, why not?
We won't get in trouble?
No.
Okay.
Bob Rivers Comedy Group.
He laughs. Tell him we've gotten in trouble for playing music
I know
before.
your struggle. I know how hard it is.
Well, remember something. I got that We Wish You Weren't Living With Us last week.
Right?
Have you ever heard the 12 Pains of Christmas?
No.
I have.
Let's play that.
I think 6 of them are in this room.
David Gilmour.
David Gilmore. There we go.
Oh.
I knew it was a Gilmore. Thank you.
Yep.
The first thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me is finding a Christmas tree. The second thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me,
Rigging up the lights.
and finding a Christmas tree. The third thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me,
Hangovers. Rigging up the lights.
and finding a Christmas tree. The fourth thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me,
Sending Christmas cards. Hangovers. Rigging up the lights.
and finding a Christmas tree. The fifth thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me, 5 months of bills,
Sending Christmas cards. Hangovers. Rigging up the lights.
and finding a Christmas tree. The sixth thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me,
Facing my in-laws.
5 months of bills,
I hate those Christmas cards. Hangovers. Rigging up these lights.
and finding a Christmas tree. The seventh thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me,
Salvation Army.
Facing my in-laws.
5 months of bills,
sending Christmas cards.
Oh, jeez. I'm trying to rig up these lights.
And finding a Christmas tree. The eighth thing at Christmas, that's such a pain to me.
I want Transformer for Christmas.
Charities, and what do you mean you're in-laws?
5 months of bills.
Making out these cards.
Oh, you just get me up here, huh? But we have no extension cords.
Finding a Christmas tree. The ninth thing at Christmas, that's such a pain to me.
Finding parking spaces.
Daddy, I want some candy.
Donations.
Facing my in-laws.
5 months of bills.
Writing out those Christmas cards.
Hangovers. Now why the hell are they blinking?
And finding a Christmas tree. The 10th thing at Christmas, that's such a pain to me.
Batteries not included.
No parking spaces.
Buy me something.
Get a job, you bum.
Facing the in-laws.
5 months of bills.
Yo-ho, sending Christmas cards.
Oh, jeez, look at this. One light goes out, they all go out.
And finding a Christmas tree. The 11th thing at Christmas, that's such a pain to me.
Stale TV special.
Batteries not included.
No parking spaces.
Oh my God, go to the bathroom.
Charities.
She's a witch, I hate her.
5 months of bills.
Oh, I don't even know half these people.
Oh, who's got the toilet paper, Get a huh? flashlight and more fuse.
And finding a Christmas tree. The 12th thing at Christmas, that's such a pain to me.
Singing Christmas carols.
Stale TV special.
Batteries not included.
No parking. Charities.
Gotta make them dinner.
5 months of bills.
I'm not sending them this year, that's it.
Shut up, you. Fine, you're so smart. You ring up the lights.
And finding a Christmas tree.
So did that line, I want a Transformer for Christmas, that reminds you of any time during your life?
During my life?
Yeah, you have kids.
Oh, okay, yeah, my son asking me for them. You know, when I was a kid, we didn't know what Transformers were.
Yeah, you did. They were part of the electrical power grid.
Yeah, exactly. Now, this sounded a little redneck to me. Were they a bunch of rednecks? They my kind of people?
Well, they definitely would qualify as your kind of people, but they're not rednecks. They're twisted, warped, depraved, and evil, wicked, mean, nasty. Yeah, they'd be your kind of people.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, that's the definition of redneck in the dictionary.
Whoa.
What are you wowing about?
Hey, I'm not a redneck, but I'm just...
Well, I am, so don't be wowing me, goddammit.
Don't worry about it. I got one with you.
Best people in the world are some rednecks. I mean, hell, Jimmy Carter.
Oh.
I actually don't have any problem with Jimmy Carter.
Yeah, he may have been a peanut farmer, but what do you think them peanut farmers are? They rednecks, brother. Yeah, anybody that's gonna farm peanuts and take all the bullshit on that one?
Mhm.
Yeah, you a nut farmer? Here, farm this
Rigging
nut.
up the lights.
Jokes write themselves for that one.
Right?
Yeah,
So-
their problem is finding a Christmas tree as opposed to your rednecks who are getting parts to a Mustang GT.
Who has trouble finding a Christmas tree?
That was the line in the 12 Paints of Christmas that we just
Oh,
played.
I thought you
Didn't you understand that one?
I got confused.
That's very easy for you to do.
Yeah, you know.
That's
I'm
pretty
like
easy.
that.
You see what I put up with every week?
It's unbearable.
Sometimes.
See, you come in on periodically. You're a bright shining light when you're on the Joker Bird. What this Joker puts me through.
I saw
You can
this
pick
one
on me and
movie
it's still okay.
one time, right? They said, you know, smart people,
Mhm.
it's okay to pretend you're stupid. So I've been pretending for 54 years now. Jeez, you know.
You're not doing much pretending.
Goodness.
No, I guess not. But I have my days. Sometimes I do something smart.
Mm-hmm. Like when you couldn't figure out the editing software.
Yeah, still ain't figured that out.
You put a camera watching me do this on the computer so you could learn. You still haven't figured it out?
You know, I can't find where I put the file.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Why do I bother?
That's kind of like the most important
No, you
part
know,
of editing.
actually, he told me how to do the stuff on there, right? So I get in there and I'm trying to do it. And it won't help. So I call him. It's only 10 o'clock, you know, and it's like, nah, he's already in bed.
Yeah, the one that actually
So-
get to sleep.
I have to wait till the next day. He comes over, and you know what? Didn't work for him either. But he was able to figure it out.
Yeah.
What did you figure out anyway?
This is where you were saving the file to.
No, it was that one file. That something in there just wouldn't let us do anything.
Yeah, but when I saved the files to new spots, we were able to work with them.
Was that what it was?
Then the other part was when I just pulled up the whole project list and everything was listed. Everything we put in there, so I just picked what I wanted at that point.
Right. But that's why he edits.
Hey, Sparky.
Right?
I just think up the stuff. Huh.
What's your theory? If the world were to end tomorrow,
What would I do?
it be? No, what would it be? Which one? The electronic waves, the solar flares, asteroids, or my favorite, the supervolcano?
My choice would be if it really ended tomorrow.
Mhm.
Some idiot in some country pushing a button. I don't think it's going to be something natural.
You see the little red button?
Or
never touch the little red button.
From the galactic. I don't think it's going to be anything like that. I think it'll be some idiot that's got a power trip that pushes the button.
Mhm.
You know?
So he launches the missiles, and we have a nuclear Christmas.
Yeah. And then, you know, some
At least you'll have a
theories-
white Christmas, it'll be snow on the ground.
Some theories say that it'd be 2 years of serious problems, wars, killing, just all kinds of violence and everything. And I could see that. If somebody pushed the button with all the nuclear fallout, yeah, that'd be about the time it took to destroy everybody on Earth. For the radiation to kill them and kill all the food. I mean, you kill the food and pollute the water, we're soon to follow.
We've been doing that for years anyway.
Yeah, ever since the beginning. Slowly destroying this planet. In fact, there's one video, again, back to YouTube and the conspiracy videos, that say that's why the aliens have not introduced themselves to us. Because we are self-destructive, we want to kill everything we see, and we are not mature enough yet to join the Galactic Union.
Somebody's been watching one too many Star Trek episodes.
No, it wasn't Star Trek.
The Prime
Star Trek, they already made it. They were smart enough
Yes,
to get
and they
there.
always
We
say-
failed.
And they say that every time they go to a planet, they don't interfere because their prime directive says they have to get to a certain level before
Yeah.
they talk to them.
Yeah.
Like I said, somebody's been watching Star Trek one time too often.
Yeah.
But then
Okay.
again, that would explain to some of the cell phones we
But
have
you know
now.
what?
And
There was one theory on another show that says the aliens come to Earth and choose certain people and bring them and give them enlightenment to the future. And one of the suggestions was that Roddenberry had been taken and given a future vision of the future, and that's where he came up with Star Trek. Go ahead, say it.
Crazy.
Say
tell you what,
it.
right now I'm thinking Buck Rogers in the 24th and a half century.
In the what century?
24th and a half?
That's what I thought I heard. Okay, but there was kind of a
I
little...
watched too many Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck cartoons, and he goes Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century. You
See,
two
now-
actually picked up on.
Now the Buck Rogers you actually knew. Wasn't he the football player that got shot into the future somehow and became
You think of Flash Gordon.
Oh, okay, yeah. Buck Rogers. Oh, yeah, Buck Rogers. Me.
That was Twiggy, but yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
That was,
now
and that
that's
was
what it
Gil
is.
Gerard.
So,
Buster
well-
Crab played him beforehand.
So if
That's
we
good,
make
you
it
guys are
past
talking about.
tomorrow and we survive Christmas Day, what are we going to do next Thursday?
Recover.
Oh,
Take you that long?
I'm
Well,
gonna
let's see,
party.
Christmas is Tuesday, and yeah, I guess so.
I'm gonna party like it's 1999
New
again.
Year's, huh?
Right? Well, you know, if the world starts shaking and shit looks like it's going bad tomorrow, I'm going to go down to the hood. I'm going to get me a bag. I'm going to swing by the liquor store. I'm going to buy me a half-gallon of liquor, and I am going to get wasted.
so now we know where to
I
find
mean, you know, if we're going to go out, might as well go out ripped. And on that note, even if the world ends tomorrow, we will be here for the rest of your life.
He's secretly crying inside.